the work starts out with a vague notion compositionally about what it's going to look like, and I'll start putting down acrylic paint in form of washes and kind of working out these compositional ideas. And then I'll bring in the collage into the work and then build up areas kind of in a sculpture-like way with building up the paper and building up using modeling paste. And then I will come in with the oil paints and work through building up the thick layers of paint and kind of adjusting as I go based on what I see, oftentimes based on the text that I've put down that sometimes is random, and then I kind of find passages that I'm interested in and let those stay revealed and cover up other ones. And sometimes I cut out the text based on ideas that I have and then kind of choose more deliberately what shows through and what doesn't. And I think all of that sort of ties in with the visual imagery that's happening. The toughest thing I think is to find that place, that balance between the raw and the fresh versus the worked and the refined. That opposition between order and rationality and chaos and disorder and nature and things like that. I think to a large extent that's what the work is about. Whatever I'm doing process-wise, I think it's that confrontation with the painting at the beginning part of the process that is most exciting for me as an artist, is confronting the surface and confronting my ideas and my notions about what I want to do with it, and then that dialogue that goes back and forth between the work and myself, and watching it evolve from that, I think is a very important part of the process. A person kind of needs to go out on that limb and just jump off into the abyss. If you're not pushing that, if you're not finding that edge between when you're just on it and when you drop off the cliff, and then you're not trying hard enough, you're not making the best work you can make. And I think for me the most exciting part is when the piece is starting to come together and I'm pushing and pulling with it, I'm fighting with it, I'm engaging that dialogue with the work, and when it just starts to look like it's going to happen, that's just an amazing feeling. That's something that's just can't get anywhere else. I'm trying to give the viewer little chunks of information and certainly aesthetic stimuli, and the pieces bring up a lot of issues for me, and what I hope is that people, the more they look at them, the more they discover. Patterns emerge after seeing it for a long time, and different ideas kind of come into mind after a viewer's had a chance to look at them. I hope they discover this kind of sense of mystery about the different layers of meaning that become apparent. I'll have like an intent with the piece, and then I'll work towards that, and then the intent will change as the piece starts speaking to me itself. And then it becomes almost a battle between me and the painting. And then sometimes the painting's voice seems to win, and it looks very different than what I thought it was going to look like at that time. And then sometimes my voice tends to win. And it's odd because I don't know if I could say that one way or the other works more often. The age that we live in is so filled with reproduced images. I think one thing that's special about a painting is that it's an actual object that the inherent qualities of it can't be reproduced. It has to be its own thing. And so I think I hone in on aspects about painting that's the case for. There are times when I'll be working all night and leave the studio and go to bed and just think, wow, that's the best thing I've ever done. And then wake up in the morning and just, oh no, that doesn't look as good as I remember it. And then of course then the opposite. Sometimes I finish up and I'm just frustrated and disgusted and just can't make anything work, and then come back in the morning and it's not so bad. And in fact, sometimes I even really like it with that little bit of distance from it. I feel really excited about where I'm at right now, and I think I want to just continue to push the work as far as it goes and just see where it takes me.